Welcome back to Heroes Next Door. Thank you all for watching today. We are about 20 minutes outside of Buffalo, New York. We got up early this morning, drove 6.5 hours to come see the Twin District Volunteer Fire Department. Before we get started today, I need to mention our sponsorships. They make this channel run. I want to say thank you to DECT, who sponsors us, Aura Digital Securities, and Mint Mobile. So Twin District Fire Department invited me out about 6 months ago. Andrew and I have been in constant contact via email, and we're going to go meet them for the first time. Hey, you're
Mike,
Andrew, right?
Yes.
Pleasure. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well,
We
sir.
spent a lot of time online, back and forth,
Absolutely.
messaging, so it's good to see your face.
Good to meet you as well.
So tell us, first of all, in the audience, who you are, first, last name, what your rank is, what you got here.
So my name's Andrew Wargo. I'm a captain here at Twin District. So you're just outside Buffalo, about 20 minutes in Erie County, and in Lancaster, New York. About an hour from Niagara Falls, so right kind of in the heart of Western New York.
Yeah, as
So-
we were driving up here, it took us about 6.5 hours from the East Coast. Are you considered more Midwest? Are you considered Northern? What would you guys?
We're northeast, but Western New York. A lot of people refer to us as upstate New York, but we're not. That's the other side. We're just Western New York.
Gotcha.
So.
It was absolutely beautiful coming in here. It
Yeah.
looks like you had some industrial stuff. You got a lot of residents, some 55 and older homes that I drove past. You got a pretty cool area here.
Yeah, most of our district is actually residential. We have just a small strip of commercial over on our main road that runs through the town, but most of our district is actually residential. We have about 25,000 residents in our district. So.
Okay.
But
Now, let's take a look at the house. We're
Absolutely.
here for the cribs today.
Absolutely.
And, you know, just walking in the foyer here, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, we actually just finished redoing this year. The original house was built in 1947, and we've had numerous renovations over the years. One in the 70s, the 90s, early 2000s, and we're actually in the midst of kind of doing bits and pieces as we kind of progress
All
through.
on the same plot of land.
Correct.
But how much land do you have?
So we have from the training house next door to the street over here, about all the way back, a couple acres.
Couple acres.
Yeah, we got a lot of land.
That's nice.
So,
That's nice.
Yeah.
So as you expand, you can definitely,
Absolutely.
have the room to do that.
Absolutely.
So, awesome.
So-
Can you take us through and show us around?
Absolutely. So this is our main foyer area. This is the main entrance you came in that pretty much all of our
Right.
firefighters and guests come in. We'll start here. So this is actually brand new. We just put this in this year. It's kind of our mural of our history. Our colors switched from red and white to red and gray when we got our new heavy rescue, which I'll talk about later.
Okay.
But we decided that with black and white, it works perfectly with gray. So we put all the old pictures on top and then the newer pictures on the bottom.
This is
So-
awesome. You know, a lot of times we go to the firehouses and we see, a lot of the history. But you actually, this is a mural. That's already almost painted, or
It's a vinyl wrap, actually.
okay, vinyl wrap. Good way to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how old are you? You look pretty young yet to be a
20
captain.
I'm 22 years old.
22 years old.
Yeah.
So you learning the history by just coming in here and you can, look at a picture and say, hey, do you guys remember this guy? All the way down to you're in the picture over here.
Right.
That's
right.
pretty cool for everybody to see.
Absolutely. And it's a great way for us, like you said, the younger guys to kind of memorialize the older guys who started here. A lot of our older senior members are on this mural, back in the black and white pictures, and it's like, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's pretty cool. So over on this wall, we've got all of our apparatus in this old wooden ladder.
Okay.
We're constantly updating it with, each new apparatus that we get. But it's kind of just a cool way to just kind of show off our apparatus.
Now we're going to take a look at the apparatus bay later in the
Yes,
video.
absolutely.
But how many pieces of apparatus do you have?
So right now we run 2 engines, a heavy rescue, and what we would call a light rescue, and then numerous little light vehicles in between.
Okay.
So bunch of stuff, a lot of variety. So as we go down this way, this is our past Chiefs wall. This was also just done this year, and this goes all the way back to our inception.
Wow.
So again, it's a great way for us to kind of see our history and where we came from and stuff like that.
Did you guys as members kind of design this? Did you have to hire somebody to kind of come up with this kind of design?
So we came up with the kind of idea in our head. We said, this is kind of what we're looking for. The original, before we did the remodel, we just had pictures. There were no names, no years or anything, and people would come in and say, hey, who's that? You know, and this is we kind of decided, hey, we want to have their picture with the name and the year they served and stuff like that, all in a really nice way for people to kind of walk back our history.
It's nice and clean,
yeah.
Easy way to do that
Yeah.
too.
So, and then down here, this is our gym.
Okay.
We take fitness and health and everything, you know, pretty hardcore here.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is a complete gym.
Yeah.
It's got everything in it. It goes around the corner here.
Yep.
Okay, so you got your free weights, your Nautilus, everything. You guys are not a paid department though,
Nope.
right? You're a volunteer department.
100% volunteer.
About how many volunteers do you have?
We run about 50 volunteers right now.
Okay.
So that's from our active, our fire police. We don't do any administrative only or anything. It's just 100% volunteer, and everybody's an active firefighter. So
That's awesome. And to have a feature like a gym like this is very beneficial for anybody that wants to volunteer.
Absolutely.
You know, if someone wants to volunteer and come help you guys out, how would they go about doing that?
So they can apply right on our website, or they can stop down to the firehouse on any Monday night. We're always here. That's our training night. But our application is right online. They can go right online, fill out the online form.
Do you happen to know that website?
twindistrict.com.
All right. Simple and easy.
Absolutely. So right back out this way. All right, so before we go down to the rest of the offices, this is our day room, club room, lounge room.
I would definitely say this almost looks like a ski lodge.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy cow.
A lot of our guys are big outdoorsmen, so when they remodeled this was kind of the theme they went with. But this is really the hangout.
Yeah.
We've got all kinds of stuff. We've got bubble hockey, shuffleboard, darts, TV, PlayStation, Xbox.
Huge fireplace.
Absolutely. That fireplace is awesome.
Love the tables. You know, they're pub height tables, and you know, they're real wood on the edge.
Yep.
Holy cow, this is a lot. This is really a lot.
Yeah.
The big old cathedral ceiling above you. This
So-
is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Whose idea was this?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you, but whoever it was, it was genius.
Absolutely.
But
I don't think I'd ever leave. So from looking down the hallway of the new stuff to add this in is absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely. And a lot of our guys, you know, even if they're like, you know, doing homework even, you know, they'll sit in here, you know, we're a very, very big Buffalo Bills community.
Okay.
It's our team. So every Sunday or whenever the Bills are playing, there'll be guys down here watching the game. Sometimes, you know, they'll end up playing on Monday night, which is great. Our drill nights are on Mondays. So
Goes up on the big screen.
Yep, we got after training, it's Bills game.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
we've got, you know, soda, we've got popcorn, we've got all kinds of stuff.
Can I join?
Sure, we'll gladly take you.
So if I wanted to join, how do we go about doing that? We talked about the website already.
Yep.
Is there any other ways that I can get a hold of you?
So really, you can stop down any Monday night. We have paper applications in our front foyer.
Okay.
You can fill those out. Really, the best way to do it is online.
Okay.
So.
Do you have any other social medias that I can take a look at?
Yeah, we've got a Facebook, we've got an Instagram, we've got a YouTube channel, all of which are just Twin District Fire. So
Okay.
you can look us right up. We post a ton of stuff on our Facebook. That's probably the most one we post on. And then we've actually got a YouTube channel that we're trying to get up and running. So posting our training videos, different things like that.
So if you guys are watching this video right now, we appreciate it, but also check these guys out. They got a ton of stuff going on. If you're in the Buffalo area and you're interested in becoming a volunteer or just learning more about Twin District, that's a great place to do that. Hit them up on their Facebook page, their YouTube channel. You know, like it, support it. We always appreciate it, you know. So.
Absolutely.
All right, can we finish down the rest of the hallway?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go take a look. I don't know if I would really want to leave though.
Let me tell you, that fireplace was awesome during the storm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We crashed right on these recliners.
You most recently had a big storm.
Huge storm. Yeah, we had, in a matter of a couple days, we had about 4 to 6 feet of snow.
Okay.
And we were here for 3 days straight, running calls, just keeping busy, trying to keep the parking lot and everything cleared and our front apron cleared. And
Right.
So, but we actually had a even bigger storm back in 2014. which is where we got some of our snow stuff, which helped prepare us for this.
Okay.
Where we actually had 8 feet of snow in 24 hours.
Dude, that's awesome.
So yeah, but.
So going down this hallway, what do we have here?
So this is our Life member wall. We originally had a small plaque, and we wanted to do something a little bit more prominent. So again, goes right back to our inception, all of our Life members. This is actually our original patch, and they vinyl wrapped everything and put us from our original to our 75th to our current patch now, with everybody's name on it.
I noticed your current patch has EMS. You guys are also EMS provider.
Absolutely.
Are you ALS, BLS? How do you
BLS
direct
first response.
BLS first response.
Yep. So we don't transport. We actually have an ambulance agency that does all of our transports for us.
Okay.
But we just do the basic, oxygen, CPR, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're that first responder that many times if the ambulance is tied up at the hospital, it takes a little bit longer to get there. You guys are actually getting there to put on the AEDs to really help us out.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate that.
Absolutely. This is our conference room, just your
Okay.
basic run-of-the-mill conference room. We do our meetings and stuff in here for our small committees and stuff like that. But other than that, that's really all that's for. So the other cool thing about our conference room is it gives our younger guys an area to do their homework. We have a lot of younger members here who are going to school for whatever they choose, whether that be fire EMS or engineering. We have a ton of universities around us.
Okay.
So it's a great place for them to come in, do their homework, all while being able to respond to calls and stuff like that.
So that brings me to the next question is, if I wanted to volunteer with you and maybe I don't have the education, do you guys provide that to them, or do I have to come in with that?
Nope, we take care of all your education. We'll send you to EMT school, we'll send you to fire school, we'll take care of all your training and stuff like that, and then we will even further that by encouraging you to take other classes, your fire officer, your fire investigator, things like that, AEMT paramedic. We support that 110%.
Wow.
Even though we're only BLS first response, we still want our providers to further themselves and set themselves up on a bigger career path.
That's a great way to do that.
Absolutely.
So now, what are we walking into? This place is huge.
So this is our banquet facility.
Okay.
This is actually exclusive for members. We don't rent this out to the public.
Okay.
This is, if you're a member here, you get the privilege of being able to use this.
Okay. And they use it what, for birthday parties,
Yep,
weddings?
really whatever they want.
Okay.
So we do our banquet in here, our annual installation banquet in here. Our members will come in, they'll do birthday parties. We actually, 2 of our firefighters just got married here a couple years ago during COVID, and the venue was like, they got things got a little wishy-washy, and they said, well, we're gonna do it at the firehouse. And it actually was awesome, because they're both firefighters, so it really ended up being really cool.
So in this, you have a full kitchen?
Yeah, so we have a full dry bar back here,
Okay.
and then a full kitchen over here.
Okay.
The kitchen is actually one of the most used things in the firehouse. A lot of our guys will spend time down here, especially when we get bad weather. We'll actually do overnight standbys here.
Okay.
And we'll come in, we'll cook food. We'll, on our meeting nights, we'll cook food for everybody. We all eat in here as a big family. Our big thing here is our family serving your family.
Okay.
So.
Do you have bunks from this day?
So we don't have a bunk room.
Okay.
But we have like portable cots that we'll set up, whether it be in here, one of the offices, things like that. So.
Yeah. This is basically brings me back to one of the stations that we did in Denver, where it's just a communal place to sleep.
Right.
Put up your cot, you got your kitchen here, you're
Absolutely.
good to go.
Absolutely. So right in the kitchen.
Let's take a quick look in there.
Yeah. So just your basic run-of-the-mill kitchen.
Come on now, this is an industrial sized kitchen. You can serve a lot of people here.
Yeah, with the banquet facility, we definitely do have a little bit of a bigger kitchen, but you got your dishwasher, oven, stove, etc. Nothing too crazy. So, but we'll actually go right out this door, right into our training room.
Okay.
That door should be open. So this is our training room.
This is a good way to have it to your banquet hall. And if you're hosting in a training event, you also can serve from here.
Yep.
It goes both. You don't have to walk around.
Right.
You don't have to bring the roller carts.
Right.
Many of us have those.
So
good design.
Absolutely. So this is where we do our training classes on our Monday nights. If we're not doing hands-on stuff, if we're doing classroom stuff, we'll do it in here.
Okay.
Our company meetings, we'll do it in here. The state and the county will run classes here often. But just kind of another communal meeting space, just but on a larger scale.
Do you guys then put on any community CPR classes?
We
or
do.
anything like that?
Yep, we do. It kind of depends on what people want. On our website, you can go on and request a class, and then we'll kind of work with you one-on-one to set your own class up. So we don't do anything where it's like open to the general public. It's you got to request a class.
Okay.
But that's what we'll do it right.
And once again, it's that website.
twindistrict.com. So
simple and easy.
Yep.
So how do they get into here? Obviously, when we came through the kitchen. Oh, there's a side entrance.
Yep, side entrance right there. The parking lot is a big U, so whenever we have a training event, they come in on that side.
Okay.
So Mike, one of the other things we mentioned earlier, we run a lot of EMS. Actually, 85% of our calls are EMS.
Okay.
So one of the real big benefits we have for our members is we designed and built a EMS sim lab.
Really?
We did. So we took this room here, and we now have anything and everything you need to run a successful EMS call.
This is absolutely phenomenal.
So, and this is not just BLS because we do have some paramedics here.
Right.
We have ALS, we have some critical care stuff. We have 2 sim dummies.
Okay.
This is our primary SimMan ALS that we use, and then we actually just got a new pediatric SimMan that we're actually putting in service.
Okay. Yeah, you got the IVs already up for them.
Yep.
You know, so the blood running in and out.
Absolutely.
This is the one that actually can talk to you and blink and tongue swells
Yep.
and all kinds of stuff on it.
Yep, absolutely.
This is phenomenal.
So-
you know, I'm really excited that you guys offer this to volunteer service. This is something that I would normally see in a paid service that's
Right.
required to do this.
Right.
You're doing it for volunteership.
Absolutely, absolutely. We take the saying that we really like to say is, you know, EMS is our bread and butter. You know, we only run 1 or 2 fires in our first district, you know, a year.
Okay.
So, like I said before, you know, running 800 calls a year, 85% of those being EMS, we want our providers to be proficient in their EMS skills.
Right.
So this is a great area for them to come in, practice whatever they want on our mannequin. Our medics, you know, if they're studying in medic school, things like that, they can come in here and run ALS stuff right on, you know, right on our mannequin. So.
I got a bunch of scenarios I could load in here for you.
Absolutely. Hey, we'll take them. So
from here, when I drove out back and I parked, you had a house out back?
yeah, we have a house next door that we use for training.
Can we see that since we're talking about training right
Absolutely. So this is our training house.
now? This is a training house. Was this purposely built?
No, this was actually donated to us.
Okay.
So
But donated as was it a real house to begin with?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Yep. So someone lived here, and when they moved out, they were living next to the fire station. They said, "Hey, do you guys want a house to train in?" And they donated it to us.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah. So we've got all different kinds of rooms and stuff. Furniture, we actually did built-in simulators all over.
Okay.
So we've got a through-the-wall simulator. We've got a through-the-floor simulator. All kinds of stuff throughout this whole place. So
Obviously, you're fogging it up, smoking it up.
so we have 2 smoke machines, one on the first floor, one on the second floor, and they're all piped throughout each of the rooms. And then one of the tricks that we'll do is we'll take like an EMS glove and we'll cover the outlet if we don't want smoke in there.
Okay.
So a lot of times we'll do, you know, if we're doing, you know, a VES, we'll go up on the second floor. We'll just smoke up the second floor. We won't smoke up the first.
Okay.
And this way we can kind of generate like, oh, it's a second floor fire. Maybe there's not a lot of smoke on the first or things like that.
Okay.
So
Okay. For our viewers, you said VES. Can you say what that means?
vent, enter, search. So, you know, if we have a confirmed victim, we'll throw a ladder up and we'll go into that room and we'll get that victim out, just doing an isolated search.
This is absolutely phenomenal. Now, do you also let this out to other companies?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So any of our neighboring departments, they come in here all the time. They'll drill in here, just because it's a real house. So it's not, you know, a burn building where, you know, okay, we have 3 different containers. You know, we can change the layout in here. You know, it gives you the real feel of an actual house.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
how about, do you also venture across lines and let police use it? Because I do a lot of tactical. This would be a real tactical challenge.
Absolutely.
To let them come in and try that.
We have Department of Homeland Security comes in here every quarter and they do stuff in here. They do all their raid training and stuff. So.
Man, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Can you kind of describe where we're at?
So this is the
front
first
zone.
floor. Yep. Main entrance. You got your living room over here.
To the left.
Correct.
Okay. Love the fact that it's still got its own fireplace.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then we can kind of arrange. We kind of put all the furniture in here. Again, this is all donated stuff.
Okay.
And then we can kind of rearrange for each evolution that we're doing.
Okay.
We have our through-the-wall simulator in the living room as well.
Yeah.
That leads into the room right behind the living room.
Okay.
We really don't have a name for it. It's just another.
Yeah.
We'll call it a study, I guess.
Okay.
And then this is our Denver drill. We kind of keep it in pieces just because it's really big.
Sure.
So we'll keep it in pieces, but we'll keep it in here.
Okay.
But it also doubles as fake walls.
Right.
So we can split this room very easily into 2-3 different rooms,
right.
or a closet, things like that.
Yeah.
Up here, we have our through the floor simulator. We are a rapid intervention team, and we do all of our rapid intervention training in here.
Okay.
So this prop is very important for us to practice our through the floor scenarios.
Yeah.
And then we cover all the windows with tarps, so when you turn the lights off and when we're training at night, it is pitch black in here and you can't see a thing. So
I think everybody should get a house donated. I mean, this is phenomenal. This would normally be a bathroom,
yep.
right? So
yep.
you got your little bathroom. Goes upstairs. You got a little downstairs.
Yep, this is our kitchen and garage area.
Okay.
Just watch your head. And then back here, we have our basement, which we're actually working on to kind of practice basement operations as well.
Right.
But this is more of a storage area. Just a lot of times what'll happen is unless we want to practice with the kitchen, this is mostly our storage area along with the garage.
Okay. Do you always need more stuff to donate, or are you guys pretty good with donations?
So it kind of depends. As stuff gets used, we're always looking for stuff, but a lot of times what'll happen is we'll ask for donations and we get too much stuff.
Right.
So everybody wants a couch, wants to get rid of a couch or something like that.
Right.
So
right now you're looking pretty
yeah,
good.
we're pretty good right now. But we've actually at one point had this house fully furnished with chairs, tables, everything.
And table, everything.
Yeah. So in the garage right behind me, this is all storage right now.
Okay.
But there's an access up to the attic where we're actually working on building a maze.
Okay.
So it's going to be a full maze up there. We've got a forcible entry door.
I see that. Yep.
In there as well. And then on the second floor is just bedrooms.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's a great tool for us to have.
You guys are ahead of the crowd right now. You guys, bring in the volunteers. You're all volunteer station. You give them the education, and you have the facilities to educate them and do it well and practice that. Mm-hmm. You say your drill nights every Monday night. Mm-hmm. But what time do you start at night? 7
p.m.
7 p.m. you start, and they run 2 hours.
About 2 hours. Yeah.
Every Monday night.
Yep.
Dude, if you guys are in the area and you're interested in becoming a volunteer, hit them up on the website.
Yep.
And come check this place out. This is something that you guys need to see firsthand, and come join them. So before we move on, I want to do us a favor. Hit subscribe, hit notifications so we can keep bringing you these videos. But before we end, we need to go see the rest of the house and their apparatus bay. All right, so you got a ton of apparatus.
Yes, we do.
Let's start here and we'll work our way across.
Sounds good.
What do we have here?
So this is our Engine 1 2003 Pierce Dash. It is our first out for anything in our first due fire related. Fire alarms, structure fires, things like
so
that.
this is an engine.
Correct.
Do you know what kind, does it have a tank on it?
It does. 750. All of our engines are 750 gallons of water, 1500 GPM pump.
Okay. All right. And what year?
2003 Pierce Dash.
Nice. What do we have next to that?
So this is our 7.3. It actually just got converted from our former EMS chief's vehicle. So our 7.3 is our BLS fly car.
Okay.
So we allow any member who's an EMT to take the BLS fly car home, and they can respond to calls from home in a fly car, just improving our response time.
Yeah.
So behind that, we have
a track vehicle.
Yeah.
This must have came good in the storm.
Oh, this was very heavily used in our recent snowstorm.
So this is a side-by-side.
Yep. So this is a 2015 Polaris Ranger. We got it after the big snowstorm I told you about back in 2014. That
right.
We had. So in the winter, we'll put the tracks on it. In the summer, we got wheels that we'll put on it. So we'll take this to all of our special events and stuff like that.
Okay. So this isn't a brush truck. This is an EMS response
Correct.
vehicle. Okay.
Correct.
All
yep.
right.
So then this is our Engine 3.
Okay.
This is a 2017 Pierce Impel. Same water, 750 gallons, 1500 GPM pump.
Okay.
This runs all of our mutual aid calls.
Okay.
We run a ton of mutual aid here. We actually are the FAST team, firefighter assist search team.
Yep.
for a very large part of our county.
Okay.
So last year in 2021, we ran 87 working fire fast jobs.
Nice.
So this truck goes quite a bit.
Okay.
And it's set up exclusively for fast.
Okay.
The reason why we run an engine for fast is a lot of times, because some of our neighboring districts are so close, we may end up being first or second or third due, and may end up going to work as an engine company.
Okay.
So instead of rolling our heavy rescue, we decided that, you know what, let's take an engine where if we need to go to work, we have the ability to go to work.
Right. Now you talk about fast, is that the same as RIT that
Yes.
if I talk about on the East Coast, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
RIT, fast, we kind of use them interchangeably.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
So next,
I love the color scheme, the gray, the red and gray.
yeah, we actually just switched over from it. We used to be red and white, so that's why some of our trucks are still white.
Okay.
And it's actually a wrap.
Okay.
So the gray was wrapped right over the white. So one of our local companies came in and they wrapped all of our trucks for us. So
Perfect way to do that.
Yeah. 2015 Chevy Silverado. It's just our utility truck. We kind of use it for anything and everything. Just odds and end jobs
That's
running
what the
around
name
the firehouse.
stands for,
Yep,
utility.
utility.
All right.
We've got a storm trailer behind it. Just pumps and generators. Nothing too fancy or anything.
Okay. Do you then lend those out to houses that may lose power, or is that more for fire scene?
So with the storm trailer, when we get a bad storm, we'll use the generators to power the traffic signals in our district. And then we'll get some flood basement calls. We'll use the pumps to pump out people's basement, but we generally don't go and just power people's homes. It's more for the traffic lights.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But
You got a Chief's vehicle out here.
Yep. So this is our EMS Chief's vehicle.
This one looks gorgeous.
This is brand new.
Okay.
Just went into service about a month ago. It is a 2022 Chevy Tahoe.
Okay.
Basic command package.
Do your line officers have vehicles assigned to them, or how does that work?
Yeah, so our chiefs and assistant chiefs get their own vehicles.
Okay.
And then whenever they're out of town, one of our line officers will cover for them.
Okay.
So we will always have 4 chiefs in service at all times.
4.
Yes.
Nice.
So next we have our fire police vehicle.
Okay.
So this is also 2022 Chevy Silverado 2500. This is used for pretty much traffic control.
Okay. Now, we haven't done a whole lot of fire police on our channel yet. We've done a couple of trucks. Can you explain to our viewers what fire police is designed to do?
So fire police, basically what they're going to do is they're going to be able to control the public on our scenes. So anytime we get a wreck or a fire, they'll shut down the road, they'll kind of do the crowd control, just allowing us the ability to work.
And to stay safe then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, we've got a major 4-lane road running through our district. You know,
Right.
if we get an accident on it, we want to make sure our guys are staying safe.
Right.
So.
Then they also help the public out because they'll help direct them around where the incident's going on,
Absolutely.
so they don't get lost or turned into a
Exactly.
one-way street or something like that.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, that's a valuable tool. Not all states have that. Did you know that?
Right.
Yeah, as we move along, many people are like, what's a fire police? Do they have guns? You know, and they're like, no, they're here
just,
to
yeah.
keep traffic.
So.
You have another track?
So
vehicle?
that vehicle is actually from our Office of Emergency Management.
Okay.
He keeps it here. With the storm we just had, he brought it here to keep it here. We're kind of centrally located in the county where 30 minutes in pretty much any direction, you're at a county line.
Okay.
So he brought it here for our town just to keep it here, you know, warm where it's staffed.
Good to have.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Yeah, especially when you get, how much snow did you get again?
We got 4 feet last week.
Wow.
So.
Amazing.
But this is our pride and joy.
Oh.
This is our 2020 Spartan / Rescue 1 Heavy Rescue.
Okay.
This is our pride and joy.
Is this a walk-in?
Walk through.
Walk through, okay.
So we actually never had a heavy rescue before.
Okay.
And when our current chief took over back in 2018, he said we're going to get a heavy rescue. Our calls were building for wrecks and stuff like that, and we decided it was in the fire department's best interest to serve our citizens better to get a heavy rescue.
Okay. So on your heavy rescue, we've done a lot of heavy rescues on the channel. Some of them have water capabilities, some of them are collapse, some of them are high wire. What is yours kind of designed for?
So we really have kind of everything, but not a ton of specifics.
Okay.
So really this is your general heavy rescue where we can kind of get pretty much any call started while we're waiting for those collapse teams, our structural teams, things like that to come in and take care of business.
Swiss Army knife.
Pretty much. So it does have a little bit of water on it.
Okay.
It's got a 10-gallon compressed air foam system on it.
I've seen one of those down in Millsboro, Delaware.
Yes.
They had a compressed foam area on it.
And they're awesome. They're awesome. But in talking about specialty, we run 3 specialty teams off this apparatus. We run, this is our second out for our fast team.
Okay.
So if our pumper's out on a fast team call already and we get another one, this can run fast team just as well as the engine can. It's got our tactical emergency casualty care team. So all of our tactical stuff is on here, and then our ice water rescue team is all on here as well.
Do you have a lot of lakes and rivers in your area?
So we actually cover a big park, which has a creek, a lake, and a waterfall running right through it. So we gotta make sure we're prepared for it.
Right.
So, and then this is our EMS vehicle. It's a 2018 Chevy, Suburban.
Suburban.
And this is our first out for anything medically related.
Okay.
So just handles the BLS stuff.
Very beautiful truck.
Yeah.
I mean, I really enjoy that gray and red. I've seen the black and red. I like those too, but there's something to be said about that gray.
Absolutely.
So I think we were down in West Whiteland, Indiana, and they had that gray over red.
Yeah, it looks sharp. It's not something a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So, and this we actually just sold.
Okay.
So it is out of service. We're getting ready to send it off to another department in New York State, just a little bit south of here.
Okay.
So we actually just purchased 2 brand new Pierce pumpers that are on order now.
Okay.
So those will be here in a couple of years.
I like that the bay goes all the way through too. This is a pull through.
Yes.
Though on that side it wasn't.
Correct.
But here it is.
So the back bay back there is what we call our wash bay.
Okay.
So members can bring their personal vehicles in. They can wash their cars, do small maintenance, things like that.
Right.
In a warm area, not in the freezing cold.
Right.
So.
And you can pull the trucks through and wash them then too.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's large enough. You got a high enough ceiling to pull any of your apparatus through
Right.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
I like how you put the racks in the back of the here too. One of the things that the new NFPA regulations of 2018 states that these now have to be in a separate room. You guys mentioned that you did some add-ons over the years. Have you guys considered moving the gear or?
So what unfortunately, our station right now, we don't have the capabilities to kind of build a separate room for it.
Okay.
But what we do is we have the Plymo vent system hooked up to all the apparatus, and then we have a very, very aggressive cancer protection program. If you can see on the walls where it says current hood color, one of the things that we harp on after any fire or every 3 months, we rotate our hoods out. Everybody has the same hood, so that'll all get washed and everybody gets issued a new hood. We have a cancer protection cabinet, we call it, where after any fire or any exposure, firefighters come back here, they'll doff their gear, they'll throw it in the wash. We give them a brand new change of clothes, towel. We have a shower in our locker room, soap, everything. They go in, they shower right here at the firehouse, and they don't take any contaminants home. So
it's very forward thinking, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's one of our biggest concerns as firefighters is, the cancers and everything that we bring home. We go into these newer homes that have all these carcinogens that are, in the couches and the walls and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
So thank you for doing that.
Absolutely.
So this is an absolute beautiful house. Is there anything else that I might have missed? So
we have a lot of young guys I mentioned before. And one of the things that we do is we love to kind of build our own stuff here. One of the things that we did was we built our own gear dryer.
Can we go see that?
Absolutely.
All right.
And, with 50 members, a small gear dryer with only, 6 or 7 slots on it, we get a fire, everybody wants to dry their gear because they want to go on the next one.
Right.
So a couple of us young guys took it upon ourselves and we said, we're going to build one. So we kind of did a little research and this is what we came up with.
This looks like, if it wasn't wood, because that's kind of what gives it away for me. If this was metal, this is a professional job.
Yeah.
This is everything that we've seen in the other ones. We went to Denver, Colorado. We did Adams County. They had a nice gear dryer just like this, but they're bought theirs.
Right.
You guys are the jack of all trades. You built yours.
Right.
It does the same kind of thing.
And it's got everything that we would want on it. One of the biggest complaints from our guys was, our gloves, they stiffen up, you can't get them back on. So we built glove dryers.
Right.
We got boot dryers on the back, and it's all pre-piped through just a bounce house blower fan.
Dude, that is absolutely
cool. But yeah, so that's one of the cool things. We build a lot of our own props for training and stuff like that.
Yeah. You got a tractor, obviously for the snow.
Absolutely.
Is this a firehouse tractor, or is this from the township?
Nope, this is our firehouse one.
Okay.
We kind of gave it the nickname Tractor One.
Yeah.
You know, but we use it all the time in the snow, and even more so in training when we're moving our props.
Yeah.
You know, if we have cars, if we want to stage a vehicle accident, you know, we use that to flip the cars and stuff like that. So
All about safety.
absolutely.
So, Andrew, I appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely, Mike.
Thank you for inviting us out.
Absolutely.
This is absolutely phenomenal.
Glad to have you.
So, for you viewers, if you're out there and you want to come see this station, come in, talk to Andrew, talk to any of the line officers. They'd be glad to take care of you. But before we end, you got to do us a favor. Hit that subscribe, hit that notification, keep hitting that like button. We really appreciate it. Most recently, we started a Discord. So that's going to be in the description below. If you want to talk to us directly and communicate with a lot of our members and stuff like that, be part of our new Discord. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you again next week. And we're going to be seeing the twin twist. We got up early this morning, drove 6.5 hours to come see the twin twist. Ah! Twin district. Get